Alright everyone, welcome back to another review, and this time we're going to be taking a look at Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, this is where the series declines in terms of interesting ideas. And, to be honest with you, this is kind of a boring movie. I mean, the whole concept of Jason in Manhattan is very intriguing, but, due to, production costs and stuff like that, the majority of this movie takes place on a boat, and it's just not fun. There's no sense of, this movie has no sense of fun. Like, Friday Part 6 had a sense of fun. Part 7 had a sense of fun with the whole, Carrie angle. This movie, to me, has no sense of fun. It's just, it's stale. It's boring. A lot of the characters are stock. They do a half-ass, relationship between Rennie and Jason to try and give them a history together, and it comes across as really forced and just unappealing. And the character of Rennie to me is just really unappealing at all. I mean, she's a good-looking woman, but rocking that killer '80s hair. But as a character, she's just bland. She's just boring. The whole thing of her, not being able to swim is whatever. The love interest is, her love interest, forgot this guy's name. Kevin, Kyle, I don't know what his name is. They're just bleh. This movie's just bleh. The kills in this movie are nothing spectacular. Barely any blood. This movie has little to no blood. It's kind of, the whole thing of Friday the 13th is the extreme kills and over-the-top gore. This movie has nothing of it. But that's not to say that this movie is all bad. Once again, Kane Hodder returns, and once again, he kills it as Jason. So good as Jason in this movie. Again, the mannerisms, the body language, the whole, him just playing Jason as a pissed-off guy all the time is great. But he also has a lot of funny bits here and there. Of course, the famous bit is where Jason Jason finally gets to New York in the last half of the movie. He's walking, chasing Rennie and her boyfriend. He kicks a stereo, and these street urchins are just like, "You're dead meat, slimebag." Then Jason just stares at them, does this, and they fucking run away in fear. It's a hilarious scene. I like the fact that Kane gave Jason, kind of sort of a playful side with something like that. It's like, he ain't gonna waste his time killing you. He's just gonna scare the crap out of you. He has bigger fish to get rid of. I like all that. And I also like the scene where Jason becomes an inverted hero, where he takes out these two, junkies that are trying to rape Rennie. Jason, comes to her rescue in a way and just kills him, which was great. So, yeah. The majority of the stuff with Jason is good. The rest of this movie just sinks under its own weight because it's just so bland. However, aside from Jason, there is another character I really like. I like Mark Peter Richmond's character of McCulloch, who was like Rennie's uncle. And he gives off that creepy uncle vibe. That creepy asshole uncle vibe. And he plays such a good sleazy asshole. And, and seeing, Jason get him in the end, was great. Although his death scene was very underwhelming. Jason just, drowns him in a trash can full of grimy water. Underwhelming. I would have liked to have seen something more spectacular than that, but whatever. But, of course, the most famous death in this thing is this character named Julius. He and Jason are on a roof having this boxing fight, and Jason just does, the one-hand power punch. Knocks his block off, literally. Great scene. See, when they finally get to New York, that's what this movie starts to have. This movie starts to have a little bit of fun, but by that point, it's too late, because you spend so much time on a cruise ship, and you spend so much time in just this confined, claustrophobic area, and it's just so boring, because you could have had some good stuff. If this movie had the budget that it should have had, we could have had scenes at Madison Square Garden, the Empire State Building, the Brooklyn Bridge, all the famous New York spots. As someone who is from New York, I would love to have seen something like this. Instead, it's a cruise ship, and it's boring. I mean, I do give, Rob Hayden, the writer-director, some credit, though. He did do a good job behind the director's chair. I like his visual style. Nothing spectacular, but it's solid. It's standard. It's journeyman's work. And I give him credit for working with the confines that he was put into. And he did try to create that claustrophobic atmosphere within the cruise ship for like 80% of this movie. So I give him that. And the acting is not bad. Is not that bad at all. The characters are thinly developed and are the epitome of stereotypes, and there's no sense of fun with them. But the performances are okay. Every actor tries to give it the role, especially the guy who looks just like Matt Damon, playing this guy who keeps, has a camcorder and just spies on people. That was hilarious. So yeah, I think at the end, this is a movie, to me, is a 6.5. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's just there, middle of the road. 6.5 is the best grade I can give it. To me, Part 7 was the last great Friday the 13th movie. And, of course, Part 8 is that final Paramount Friday the 13th movie before New Line would come in and take their swing at the franchise with the 9th installment of this film, which we will discuss later. But until then, my name is AZ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you back next time.